Hello YouTube, it's been a while since I recorded a video from this camera, and I just wanted to show off what I got for my Christmas. So they're my games, and yeah, I'll show them in a bit. I'll show you my new desktop computer, which is over here. You might not be able to see it because it's a bit dark, and the new screen and all that shit that I need, and it comes with Windows 7. Now Windows 7, it's great. It's got a whole new taskbar and all that crap. And it shows the preview like that, but it's, I don't know, it just seems lifeless because it's got not as much stuff on it as Vista. Like if I open the control panel, look, there's nothing, it just doesn't look right. I mean, I know that's a pretty crappy excuse, but I just don't like it. It's quite handy, but on the adverts they say they've simplified it like loads, but to be honest, the only difference is the artwork. Oh yeah, and this is my specs, by the way. My product key. AMD Phenom 2x4 processor, 3 GHz, 4 GB of RAM, and 32-bit operating system. But it's not the proper specs here. So yeah, NVIDIA graphics card, with 1 GB cache here. I'm not quite sure what the actual graphics card's called, but all I know is it's capable of running HDMI because I've got a HDMI socket on the back of my computer. So I'm moving on to my games. So Modern Warfare 2 for the Xbox. It's a great game, but I feel that Activision have focused too much on the multiplayer than the single player, because you could beat that really easily in less than 4 or 5 hours, which is pretty shit because I prefer single player to multiplayer. But it's great levels and more interface, like you can do more on it. So, but it's really expensive as well. Yeah, so I wouldn't really recommend buying that. Oh shit, I dropped it. So yeah, it's an alright game. They focus too much on multiplayer. They should have focused more on single player. But yeah, apparently it's the best-selling game of the year or something, and the sequel to the best-selling game of last year, which it is, yeah, because Modern Warfare 1. So yeah, it's an 18. I don't recommend buying it because it's really expensive, like £40 or £45 brand new, and it's just not, they haven't spent much time on it. Right, so Broken Sword: The Sleeping Dragon for the PC. Now, if you're like me and my other friend who I'm doing this account with, James, we both love Broken Sword, Sleeping Dragon. So, not Sleeping Dragon, just Broken Sword in general. So, if you love Broken Sword, you like the story, I highly recommend buying this. It's got low system requirements, and it's pretty different to Broken Sword 1 and 2, as it's in 3D, and you control it with the arrow keys and the WAS and D to interact with other objects. So, yeah, I'd highly recommend getting it. You can pick it up pretty cheap because it's quite old, so yeah, get it if you can. Right, the Saboteur, which I just bought, I think it was yesterday. Now, not yesterday, the day before yesterday. It's a great game, the graphics are really amazing, the story's good, and you can do a lot, but it's got really high system requirements, so yeah, unless you've got a pretty decent computer, I wouldn't recommend getting it. And it's, so, the system requirements are like 2 GB of RAM, a video card of 256 megabytes, which is pretty good because that's the same as Broken Sword, and let's say processor with dual core processor with 2 GHz or more. Now with me, I have a quad core processor, so it's alright for that, but some games aren't compatible with quad cores, but thankfully this was. And Windows 7, XP or Vista. Yeah, so God. So I highly recommend getting this game if you've got the computer to play it. It's really cheap. Well, 35 quid. It's good because it's a really good game, so I recommend getting it. And it's only 15.